everyone, I thought it's about time for me to share some skincare routine tips here on this channel with you. So basically I've just turned 40 this year, and about a couple of years back I have begun switching up certain steps in my skincare routine to prepare for what is coming with so-called middle-aged skin. So throughout the last few years I have learned that apart from using the right anti-aging products, having a healthy lifestyle and diet, the way we change up our skincare regime also makes a difference in delaying our skin from aging further. So a little background about my skin type and skin problems, just so you know why I made these little changes in my skincare routine at this point of my life, and then I'll go on to share with you how. If there is anything I'm famous for on this channel, it has to be my eye bags. But today we're not going to touch on those. The focus of today's video is on my combination to oily skin cleansing routine. I have combination to oily skin. I used to be on the more combination side from my adolescence to mid-30s, with the oily area being at the T-zone and the rest of the areas are all pretty normal. And then towards my late 30s and now at age 40, the oily zone area extends to even my cheeks, temples, chin, and even jaws. My usual dry areas such as above my upper lip and my nose tip and rims around my nostrils have now become drier over the years, especially when the weather is drier and cooler. The area above the upper lip can become so dry and tight, and my lips sometimes split when I smile. All these are also signs of dehydrated skin, and this is different from dry skin type. Dehydrated skin is a type of oily skin too. It is a vital sign that the body is not having enough water, which can also mean that you are aging because the body is no longer able to conserve water as well as before, and so the skin produces more sebum than usual to compensate for the hydration it needs. Ever since I started to see the changes in my skin nature from combination to oily, I switched from using gel cleansers to only cleansing milks and cleansing powders now. Milk cleansers or cleansing milks aren't actually dairy milk, but emulsions of fat and water. So it is of a thinner consistency and has a higher moisture content compared to gel and cream cleansers. This means two things to me. 1, it helps to preserve moisture in my skin better, and 2, it has better rinsability. As I've said before, my skin tends to be oily because of dehydration due to the aging body's deficiency in water absorption as well as retention, and since the fats used are usually natural humectants, for example, proteins from grains, seed oils, and more, that are soluble in water, cleansing milks offer the ability to trap and attract moisture for the skin, and even helps the skin to build its own collagen for some. Notice that no matter how I lather, the foam doesn't form any visible bubbles. This is because cleansing milk uses lesser surfactants and is less viscous compared to a Satsi formula such as cleansing gels, so the surface tension is higher as you move the molecules around, making it difficult to stretch the surface film enough to hold up larger pockets of air. The less viscous a cleanser is, the smaller the sizes of or the lesser significance of the bubbles. But I've learned that not all bubbles are bad. I'll share why this is so in the case of cleansing powders later. As mentioned, milk cleansers contain fat and water. The water-soluble fats are able to dissolve makeup and draw out impurities from the skin at the same time leaving the skin supple, even though they are of a gentler and milder formula. It is also because of this that they are easier to rinse out without trapping any residual dirt or makeup in the skin, and keeps my skin both hydrated and well cleansed. When you start to develop visible fine lines like mine, trust me, you'll appreciate this. Another type of cleanser that my skin has grown to love is cleansing powders. These cleansing powders come with enzymes, which when activated with water, turns into a milky consistency and then into a gentle foam when you lather it. This is the kind of foam that oily skin should not be afraid of because they are formed through the denaturation of proteins, which is essential for the skin to absorb. On the other hand, the foam produced in gels and soaps are synthetic foams that strip the natural oils off our skin and makes it drier before more oil starts to produce. Oily skin as well as aging skin both need a quicker skin cell renewal and protein absorption process so as to prevent clogged pores and to speed up collagen production. Cleansers containing enzymes are important for these two functions because enzymes catalyze the breaking down of proteins for quicker and better absorption as well as speed up the removal of dead skin cells. Yogurt, avocado, and other tropical fruit-based cleansers are great enzyme cleansers. Cleansing milks and protein-rich gentle foams containing enzymes also help to repair the moisture barrier function more efficiently, and this is key to having a hydrated skin, which in turn leads to less oily skin. Gel and oil cleansers use more surfactants, and so they do quite the opposite to my skin. While people claim that they reach deeper into pores and work well for oily skins, I find this attribute to be useful only for acne-prone skin and younger skin. Because I realized there's a difference between oily skin of a younger person, say below 30 years of age, and oily skin of a person my age, say between late 30s to mid 40s. While both are oily skins, the rates at which our skins are able to reproduce oil are not the same. When the natural oils are stripped off my skin, it takes longer to reproduce the oil to keep the skin properly lubricated. And when it does, it comes in full force overnight. And this is why, towards my late 30s, gel and oil cleansers leave my skin feeling taut after my face wash, and then it just gets extremely greasy the next morning. So if you have my kind of skin type and age, and still prefer to use cleansing oils or gels for whatever reason, you may want to limit them to only oily or acne-prone areas, such as the T-zones. So before the change in this routine, I used to use micellar water as a first step to remove all the makeup from the entire face, followed by a cream or an exfoliating cleanser to thoroughly cleanse the skin as a second step. I have dropped this routine since like a year ago because each time I've done that, the skin becomes so tight and dry, only to become extremely oily again the next day. By-face products such as micellar water and most makeup removers work by using both oils and water molecules to attract dirt, bacteria, and sebum that are either water-soluble or dissolvable in lipids, which makes it the perfect agent to remove not just makeup but dirt and grease from our skin as well. So the oil part breaks down and removes the oil-soluble residue such as makeup, sebum, and bacteria, while the water part removes the water-soluble dirt, dust, sweat, and dead skin cells. Seems like a perfect thing, right? However, as my skin matures, the old routine of using micellar water as a first step for a double cleansing routine to cleanse all over my face does not work as well anymore. We know how mature skin and oily skin also tend to be more dehydrated, so based on the science behind micellar waters, I may be wrong about this, but I felt that they are now taking moisture out of my skin more than balancing it, because by-face makeup remover products generally contain more water that is hydrophilic in nature, and this could mean they are attracting more water away from your skin cells, leaving your skin feeling drier and tighter, which explains the tautness I felt in recent years of using them for the entire face. The product did not change. It is my skin that changes, and I have to learn what is not working on my skin anymore. So what I do now is to have a makeup removal cleansing milk to break down the face makeup first, such as the blusher, foundation, and primer, before adding warm water to the lather a little at a time and work it towards the more intricate areas this time, such as the eyelids and eyebrows, to break down the eyeshadows, mascaras, and brow products. Next, I will only use my micellar water to go around the areas that my fingers could not reach to get rid of any residue that may have been left at areas like along the eyelash lines and corners of the eyes by running it along with a cotton swab soaked in micellar water. Then you may ask, how can I be sure that all the traces of makeup has been removed? Well, this is simple. On days when I wear heavier makeup and feeling doubtful if this updated cleansing routine was enough, I just apply my toner by running all over my skin with a soaked cotton pad, and you'll be able to tell from the residual makeup on the cotton pad if there is any traces of it left. Repeat this step until you see that the cotton pad is clean. On other days, I apply my toner as usual by patting the product directly onto my skin. You have probably heard of the claim that the more lather or bubbles a cleanser has on your skin, the more it will strip off the natural oils from it. The claim of stripping more oils from the skin may be true if you lather the product directly in contact with the skin. But when you lather it in your palms before you lay it on your skin, it is a different game altogether. For me, it is not about the amount of foam. It is about the way you work with the foam. I'm sure you've heard about the skincare terms: proteins, amino acids, and now the trending of late, peptides. Like I said before, I'm no skin expert, but what I've discovered is that by physically agitating the cleansing product this way before applying them onto your face, it helps to break down the protein block into shorter chains of peptides and amino acids, which makes these compounds become more penetrable into the skin. So with this in mind, the way to do it is to gently deposit the now lathered foam onto the skin and then massage them in tiny circles, keeping a distance between your fingers and your skin like this. This way, the airspace in between prevents the destruction of the protein structure that is now working into your skin. This has nothing to do with abrasion or pressure. This is simply allowing the chains and blocks of protein to penetrate into your skin to be in the proper order, so your skin gets the optimal benefit from the product, instead of just pushing them around if you were to move the lather around with your fingers or palms against the skin. I tend to rush through my skin cleansing routine a lot, so I always rinse my skin by splashing water onto my face. Over the last year, I tried to change this rinsing habit and dedicate more time in face washing. So instead of splashing water, I emulsify the lather further by adding water a little each time and giving it gentle swipes until the set thins out. This way, it leaves a film of moisture behind, keeping my skin suppler and better prepped for subsequent skincare products to work on. This works for cleansing milks and gentle foams because they are more water-based, hence more rinsable. I wouldn't recommend this method of rinsing if you're using a gel or oil cleanser because they're more sudsy and may not be cleansed thoroughly. I use the towel dry my skin after my face wash. Even just by patting dry, we are allowing the cotton fibers to suck up more water than what our skin can afford to lose. Moreover, not using a towel also prevents you from dragging your skin. After rinsing, I just let my skin dry naturally, but don't wait until the face turns totally dry or else tightness will start to set in. I make sure that a little moisture is still present from the rinse when I put on my skincare. Moisture helps with the skin's permeability as it improves the delivery of nutrients to our skin cells. This is especially important for the absorption of active ingredients such as acids and vitamins. These active ingredients usually target at skin issues such as enlarged pores, excess sebums, and fine lines. Hence, the efficacies of the skincare products that you're going to put on after washing your face, such as toners, serums, and moisturizers, will increase, and that will help to speed up the healing and improvement to your skin condition. If you happen to forget leaving a little moisture in your skin before putting on those skincare products, spray with a facial mist to help with better absorption as well as the locking in of the goodness of those products. When our skin has sufficient moisture in it, it will regulate its sebum production naturally. So that's it guys, we have reached the end of the video. I hope you find what I have put together so far useful for you. And if you hadn't noticed, I have broken down the video into 5 essential parts, from the types of cleansers I use, to what to avoid during cleansing, the proper way of cleansing, to how we should rinse and dry our skin. So all these tips, I hope they will bring you more positive discoveries towards better skin your way. And yeah, once again, if you like what I have showcased so far, do subscribe, and I'll be happy to have you on board. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.